What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Man, it has been a minute.
You ain't said that in a long time.
I know, man. It has been a minute. We are live from the studio. Kenyatta, I can't see that number. Will you tell it to me really quick? We're live from the studio here in Windsor Heights, and if you would like to book this space, you can do so by calling 515-996-0326. 0326. This space, it's a nice size space. So if you're thinking about like a baby shower, birthday party, photo shoot, definitely photo shoot, anything like that, come by and check it out. It has been a minute. It almost feels weird coming back to this place after being gone for a whole month.
How was your time away?
That was busy.
Busy?
Is what
But
it was. It's not like I had
a vacation.
Sissy tell you, it's not like we was, oh yeah, let's go home. But man, we were out of town for 2 weeks. Then we were in Waterloo for another week, and then we had an event the next week, and so
busy.
Man, it was absolutely crazy. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited for what we're doing.
Yeah, we're excited that you're back.
Yeah.
And so now here we are in the month of April, trying to make it happen and do what we do. So how was your weekend?
Pretty good. A lot of working, a lot of sports, and I feel like just everyone's having the conversation about the national championship, whether it be women and men. A lot of good basketball, but good. How about you?
Good. How about you?
Good, as I'm sitting here looking at the TV right next to me. Shout out to a couple places, because Brittany, is it your alma mater?
State,
yeah, they're playing tomorrow.
First time in history we made it to the national championship.
Okay, so shout out to San Diego State for that. Shout out to LSU for their win. I'm watching them now as they're receiving the award for the NCAA tournament for women. So congratulations to LSU. Also congratulations to Iowa. Here's the thing, y'all, like no one expected Iowa to make it this far. We're Iowa. Normally when you hear Iowa, no one's expecting us to go too far, but the ladies did amazing. So they really have nothing to be ashamed about. It gets better from here. They've got a few individuals who will even be back for next season. So shout out to them as well. So you all did a great job. They could come back and win it all. So I think now, when these things happen, they'll take us seriously now. If they didn't take us seriously before, it's going to happen now. So
because I think what happened is, like, even with the Sweet 16 to the Elite Eight, like they weren't taking them serious, and Iowa was coming to play.
Yeah.
And so they just surprised them.
Yeah. And let the women play. Like, y'all, they can do all the things they want to do. If they want to brag about it, if they want to put their hands up, if they want to do certain things, like, let them be who they want to be. Like, it's always funny to me that when women act a certain way in a sport because they're aggressive about it, or they want to win, or it means that much to them, or they get emotional, or they choose not to shake your hand, we make this thing a big thing. But man, I love y'all, but y'all do the same thing. So let us be just as competitive as we want to be in these sports, but still being respectful, okay? So I know there's, good sportsmanship, but let them be in their feelings. It's all right.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Nah.
He's back.
Nah. Listen, man, this is the most I have ever heard anybody talk about women's basketball. And
that's not a good thing, though.
Listen, this is the most I've... LSU, Iowa was probably Iowa, South Carolina was probably the most talked about game.
It was the highest watched, 5.2 million.
Nationally in the country. This is the first year that I have seen people filling out these women brackets, right? Like, I feel, so I'm a part of this pool. I fill out a women's bracket every year, and I've done it for since I've had this CBS account where you go in and you fill out your bracket and you do it. I've done it for the last, I don't even know how many years. It's just a thing that we do, right? But this year, everybody's talking about women's basketball, which I think is good because it allows opportunities to come to women's basketball. I remember being at Drake, and I never went to the Drake men's basketball game. I would always go to the women's games because they were much more entertaining for me because to watch and know they couldn't dunk or all of that, but to see the passion, to see the hustle and all of that, like, I mean, it was just much more great. But when it comes to the trash talking stuff, I do think that a lot of times people are like, well, wait a minute, you know, these are young women, you know, so I think it may surprise a lot of people more so than anything. And I mean, we do live in this society where, unfortunately, there are different things going on, you know, and so somebody said, well, why not let them play against the boys?
What?
Like, now, where does this conversation come from, right? Like, how far do we go? Like, how far do we take this?
I think now with all of this, like, they need to relook at how the women in the WNBA are being paid.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, there was that conversation about if Caitlyn was going to go out pro and she's going to make more money in NIL than she would in WNBA, so why would she? But that's a problem.
Yeah,
that should not even be equivalent, because
Ain't that crazy?
when you go to the NBA, they're making millions of dollars, you know, and the women are making a fraction of that.
This is going to start a long conversation.
No, it is.
It should.
Because I've seen, I can't remember what podcast it was where they were discussing the salary difference between the WNBA and the NBA. Who carries the most? What happens? WNBA players have to have second jobs, and these other things.
Or the situation happened with Brittany Griner. They have to go overseas to make their money for the year. That's not fair.
Right.
Yeah. So
and the coaches too. Like, you know, I seen a story, and I know it's football and basketball, but there is a huge pay gap between what the coach at University of Iowa makes as a football coach
$25 million.
and what, you know, the coach Lisa Bluder's making as
the
now
coach.
taking her
second greatest team
exactly
for 2023, right?
Right. So I mean, like, we have these gaps, you know, within pay that we really need to start having a conversation about. Is this fair and is this right? So I think it's going to change things quite a bit.
Here's my question though. If we start getting into what's fair and what's right, is it fair to let the girls play the boys?
No, because that's never.
So is that not fair and right though? I'm just saying.
Why would they play the girls?
But I'm saying though, that's where this can lead to. You see what I'm saying?
Like
somebody's saying, oh well, if we gonna be the same, we gonna play the same, we gonna get paid the same, then we can play each other.
No. I don't think that the women are going to be, it's not going to be a fair thing, but money-wise, just
fair.
Like in corporate America.
Fair, right?
Women don't get paid as much as men, but we do the exact same job, but these are different type of roles.
Yeah, because if you're going to start doing that, then you might as well change everything. You might as well
women
teach the kids
football.
From down when they're little all the way up, then everybody's playing everybody. So I think it's crazy, but
it's gonna get juicy.
No, it is.
And clearly,
good, though, it should.
Clearly, I am an advocate for our women in our women's sports.
Right.
But I do believe that the conversations sometimes will then take a different turn because when we start talking about what's fair or what's equal, right? People start bringing up like different aspects that you may say, well, maybe not that, right? Yeah. So then it's like, well, wait a minute now. Yeah. I thought we wanted it to be fair and equal, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think when when we start doing that, I think we always just got to be careful on how we do it, because these conversations do come up and do start making things a little bit different.
Right, and maybe the word's not fair, maybe the word is equity. Thank you, Madison. Maybe that's the word, and we need to start having conversations about too. We ain't gonna get to this right now, but I'm seeing that Trump's gonna be arraigned on Tuesday. Not a conversation we're gonna have at this moment, because I know we gotta wrap up and get to our guests. But
wait a minute though. Donald Trump being arrested is going to be one of the craziest moments in the United States history.
I didn't believe it was going to happen.
And
I believe it Tuesday. I believe it Tuesday.
A United States former president is going to jail.
And he's still running. He said he's still running.
But wait, I don't even think legally he can.
He said he was still running though.
I'm like, legally he can't even do that. Okay, we're going to talk about that when we come back towards the end of the show. But we are going to take a quick break and get to the wonderful guests that we have today. Don't you go nowhere. We'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show, where we are so excited. We have a full show for you today, and I'm so excited to welcome our first guest, Black Women for Healthy Living. We have their president and co-founder, Brandy Miller, and then we also have their chaplain, Lucinda McClendon. Welcome to the Urban Impact Show.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being with us. So talk a little bit about Black Women for Healthy Living. I believe that many of our audiences heard about the organization, but may not know kind of where it got started.
Sure. So Black Women for Healthy Living, we're a Christ-centered wellness movement for Black women in the greater Des Moines area. We'll be 3 years old in September,
Okay,
so we are a grassroots nonprofit, and we are addressing health disparities in Black women. So previously I was doing some organizing of walks and through a program called Girl Trek, which is a national program, which a lot of people have heard of it, but really wanted to focus more locally in addressing more than just walking. So we have a holistic approach to the work that we're doing. So we're addressing, not only just the physical, mental, your well-being, financial, like the whole woman health, and being more targeted in our area. And also we're Christ-centered, so that spiritual piece is really critical to us because when you start talking about the spirit goes a whole lot of places.
Right.
And we want to make sure that people know that we're about Christ and Jesus Christ, if we need to clarify that. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Bible. So we don't want to get too far off with that. And that is really the heart of why we're doing what we're doing, is that faith piece. Because really, without it, we don't have the power, we don't have the purpose, we don't have nothing.
Right.
So we have more control over that, being our own nonprofit and just making an impact here in the greater Des Moines area.
Right. Lucinda, talk about
the Bible speaks in Hosea 4:6, says, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." And so what we try to bring is that holistic approach to knowledge. And the women have to learn to know themselves, know their connection to God, and how God wants us to be whole. He wants us to be healthy. He wants us to do well financially. He wants all of these things for us. But we have to approach it from the standpoint of doing it the right way. And a lot of times our women, we may have ideas of how we want to be, but we don't know how to get there.
Right.
And so what we try to do is come alongside, provide education, provide information, provide advocacy and encouragement, and always ready for prayer, always ready to pray and share God with someone, just so that they can be at a place and be loved and encouraged, and steered in the right direction.
What is it? I can hear the passion in both of your voices about the organization and the work that you're doing and the importance of it, for Black women. Is there anything in your journeys that kind of brought you to this point of being very passionate about wanting to make sure that women were equipped physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally? If either one of you would like to talk about your own journey that got you to this point.
Sure, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Being an older woman, because I've had a lot of health issues. And one of the recent ones was I had lung cancer. And because of my age, ordinarily, they would not have done the cancer surgery.
Right.
But because of the condition of my body, because I work out and I walk and I eat right, they were able to do the surgery. And so I try to encourage the older ladies, you're never too old. You're never too old to change how you eat, your sleeping habits, the ability to not be everything for everybody every time, so you can take care of yourself. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. No, that's wonderful. Talk to the woman who is hearing you right now, and they're saying, this all sounds good, but I don't know about all this. I've tried this, I've tried that, I've tried talking to this person, I've tried working with that person, and now you're sitting here telling me about God and all of these things, and that's just not what I want to hear right now. What do you say to that woman that is in that place right now?
Well, what I would want to say is we need you. Your family needs you, your children, your grandchildren, our community needs you, and they need the best you. And so part of that, whether you believe in God or not, you need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your body. You need to make sure you're getting enough sleep. You need to be active and moving. You don't have to run a marathon to be mobile. You don't have to do any major sport to eat right. So really, you know, we're not training anybody for any extreme exercises, or we're not having workout groups or anything of that nature, but we're really just trying to get you to take care of yourself. And that does include being active, but that could just include walking for you, or if you can't walk, getting in a pool. It also includes taking care of your mental health. So going to the doctors, taking initiative to do the preventative care, being cooperative with your doctor when your doctor is, you know, telling you something, going in for testing. So I would say, you know, if the spiritual piece of it distracts you, then don't worry about that. That's just the space that we work out of. That is our why. And everybody has to work out their own salvation with the Lord. But we just want you to take care of yourself. And so if you need to go to the doctor and get a checkup, you haven't been for a year or two, go get that done. You know, for those of you that, you know, want to go walking and like, I haven't walked in a long time, start by just getting up and going outside and walk down your driveway and back, and then gradually add to that. So you set the tone for what you want. It doesn't have to be anything major. You know, when we talk about retirement, right? Most people are working and then they're going to set aside money so that when they get to a certain age, they'll be able to do what they really want to do. We prepare for retirement, but we don't prepare our bodies for retirement. Most of the time, people retire and they get sick and they die because they didn't prepare their body. So we need to be preparing our bodies for life, for living. I could live to be 93 years old, right? I could be in a nursing home and someone could be giving me some eggs in a cup, or I could be in my own kitchen cooking my own eggs. So how I pour into myself and my body right now is going to have an impact, and whatever that looks like. So I don't have to have guns or a six-pack, but I need to have enough strength in my core to stand up and walk, to bend over, to tie my shoes, to be able to play with my grandkids. You know, just functional health. If anything else, get functional health. But the spiritual piece will only add to it, because mental health impacts your physical health. It's all one. So that's a long answer, I know.
No, that's a great answer, though. That is really great
we
information.
Need you.
And I think just the part of just we need you, I mean, that alone is that what I think people need to hear is that we need you. And if no one's told you that, you're hearing it here today on the show, that we need you. Talk about some of the upcoming events you have, because I know that you all put on monthly events, you have other events that you're doing. So share with our audience some of the events you have coming up.
Yeah, so we have lots of events coming up. And so I will start with, we have an upcoming event on April 19th, and it's actually a meet and greet with Fight for Flight. And Fight for Flight is a nonprofit that is creating retreats and travel opportunities for Black women who are fighting cancer right now. They were on the Kelly Clarkson show here recently, and so they were given a RV, and they're going to be doing a road trip, and they'll start in Boise, Idaho. They're going to go to Omaha, Nebraska, and they're stopping in Iowa, and we'll be hosting a meet and greet for them. So we'd like for women to come out, and that is going to be on Wednesday, April 19th at 5 p.m. and it'll be at Grandview University in their student center. And we're really encouraging Black women that are fighting cancer right now, or survivors, or just Black women in general, to come out. We'll have some care packages for survivors and fighters at that event. We also have a monthly health coalition. And our topic for April 15th will be Black maternal health. And so we invite you to come out. We meet on the third Saturdays of each month, and each month we're addressing a different health disparity. We're also going to be hosting our very first time ever Black Women's Health Conference, and that's going to be on August 19th, and that's going to be also at Grandview. So there's going to be more to come. So we have several events throughout the year that we'll be doing, but we're really excited about the upcoming meet and greet, getting women to come out. All of our events, for the most part, are free. So I don't want cost to be a barrier to anyone, because ultimately we want you well. Black women, we take care of everybody else, but now we need to take care of us.
So tell us how we can find out more information about the events. What's your website?
Yes.
And we'll give the viewers more information.
Absolutely. So our website is www.bw4hl.org.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Here at the Urban Impact Show, we do care about your health. Many of you may not know this, but it is April and it is National Minority Health Month. So the segments that we do here, for my segment, we're going to continue to focus on health and look at it holistically, not just from your physical health, but your mental health, your financial health. All of that is encompassed with your health. So Lucinda and Brandy, thank you so much for being on the Urban Impact Show.
Thank you for having
We want to encourage all of you to continue to look up the great work that Black Women for Healthy Living is doing. We will have more information about Black Women for Healthy Living on our Facebook page. So as you have events, please share with me, and we'll make sure to get that information out to our viewers.
Will do.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, we will be right back with our next segment. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back with the Urban Impact Show.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I am your host, Brittany Dudley, and today we have Miss Shannon Simone Sellers on today. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Thanks for joining us. I feel like you were supposed to be here a few weeks ago, and then I was really excited because I wanted to see your game, and then when we rebooked you, I'm like, yes, we get to see the game, we get to play the game. So tell us about, you have two great businesses that we want to talk about today. So tell us about both of your businesses.
Yes. So I own a financial wellness improvement company called Own Your Check. And so what we do is that we help people excel financially so that they can eliminate their paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyles, pursue their passions, and build wealth.
I've seen that.
Right? Yeah, awesome. And so what makes us unique is that, a lot of, programs, different businesses, they focus on retirement, right? We focus on the now. What can we do for you within 2 months to 2 years to change your financial
goals now?
Exactly, to change your financial trajectory now so you can enjoy it before you get older.
Yeah.
And so it's like generational wealth is cool, but what about you? You know what I'm saying? What about right now? And so our services and programs are geared towards changing that, like that transformation right now. And so I started this in January of 2020 because I became pregnant with my first child, my daughter, in 2017, right? And so at that time, I was a high income earner, but you wouldn't know behind closed doors, I was in tens of thousands of dollars of credit card debt, right? Because my money habits honestly were awful, right? And at that time I was the sole provider. And so I was like, all right, I got to start looking at my money, and I started looking at how much daycare costs and diapers and wipes. And I said, ain't no way.
That's when I see a lot of people with multiple kids. I'm like, how do y'all do this? Because just with I waited 10 years, I was out of daycare, everything, and then had another one, and I'm like, daycare, diapers, formula, everything, totally expensive. I don't see how people have 3 at the same time.
It's a lot. I was gonna say, tears.
You're going through it right now. One thing I did see on your website is one of the motivators. It said that you were able to, within 2 years, get yourself out of $27,000 in debt. Is that correct? That is awesome.
Thank you.
That is awesome. When I was reading that, I'm like, that's hopeful. I feel like our community, we don't have a lot of resources, or ways to save or ways to kind of get out of debt, but kind of seeing that, when you look at some of these companies like Lexington Law and some of these companies that help with credit, they charge you arm and a leg, and you don't really know a lot of people that go through them or have experiences like that. So something like that is gonna make someone like, okay, if she can do that for herself, what can she do for me?
It's attainable.
Yeah.
It's attainable, right? And so that was my story. When I started looking at how much everything costs, I was like, all right, what can I do, right? So I'm doing research, looking up articles, and as far as digital, online programs, there weren't a lot as there is now, in 2017, and I couldn't find anything. And then I had to pause, and then I was like, Shannon, you're super smart. Start reaching inward rather than outward, because that's what I did for these big companies. And I helped them save millions of dollars. So I could do that for myself. And so I started problem solving, and then that's what, but in 2 years, the $27,000 of debt, raised my credit score and things like that. And I was like, I could teach people how to do this, right? Everybody's financial goals would be different, but it's the way that I do it is like a blueprint that anybody can follow whatever their financial goal is. And so I created an online coaching program, sold that, and people bought into that. And so then I started doing speaking engagements. So I've done it for the AKAs here, West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce, NSBE, National Society of Black Engineers, University of Texas, San Antonio. There's a whole bunch of speaking engagements and getting what I do out there because it's different. That's why we're a financial wellness company, so we actually look at, the whole person. We look deep inside, and so that's the difference. And I kind of want to share some tips if you don't mind. Okay, so for anybody that wants to start, becoming financially well, I say the first thing you do is to know your values, right? Because what you want to do is spend your money and time from your values. That's how you eliminate the frivolous spending and I'm buying things I have no idea where it's coming from, right? Is by living a values-based lifestyle. And whether I'm working with private clients or group coaching clients, that's the first thing we do. We don't talk about numbers. The first thing is we identify your values so you know what they are, right? The next tip is to see if you have any financial triggers, which most everybody does, and see if you have any money trauma and how to release that money trauma. That's something that a lot of people don't really know that they have. And so financial triggers is either an item or experience that makes you make a monetary decision, right? It could be, I got a promotion, so I want to go out to eat, right? Or it could be one of my clients, when they got into arguments with their, parents, they spent money, right? And so that's important to know, because that's another way you can find your hidden money. Exactly. What hidden money is money that you actually have available without going and making more money, but you're spending it on what we call just because expenses. Yeah. And so you don't realize that. And then money trauma is either, one negative experience, or a series of negative experiences that involve finances, right? One of my clients, he was homeless, right? And so now he's in a great financial situation, but there is a thing called excessive saving, right? So now, previously, and I got permission to share this from him, if his checking account got lower than like $2,000, then he would just like stay in the house and wouldn't do anything. Yeah. And that's the thing, you want to enjoy your money. He was financially secure, he had good savings and everything, but that's what he ended up doing. And so that's money trauma, right? And so those financial triggers and money trauma is really a big barrier to people eliminating that paycheck lifestyle and building wealth, but they just don't know it yet. So that's what we specialize in, and I help people do that. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
I signed up for something on your website. I want to try, with your credit coaching or your wellness coaching or whatever. I want to try that. But
all right, I got you.
Excited for that. So what's next? What's your next business?
So this is my game. It's called Renowned. And so I came up with this. I actually started it in 2020 as well. And so I don't know if you've heard the Earn Your Leisure podcast.
I like that podcast.
Yeah. They're really cool. And so episode 76 was Chantel Calloway, and she created a game. And I'm a natural creative. So I'm like, I can create a game. And so I didn't know it was going to be called Renowned. I didn't know the colors. I didn't know anything. I just got on the computer and started making like prompts that I thought, would be funny, that would like bring people together, would have people literally rolling on the floor, laughing, cackling, and all those things. And then I got pregnant with my son, so I had to choose one business to prioritize and then focus on my health, But then I went through a lot of changes in 2022, a lot of difficult changes, family changes, and things like that. And so I literally, it sounds cliche, but I literally had to focus on people, places, and things that brought me joy. Yeah. Right? Before I was a mother, before all of those things. And I remembered how fun it was making my game. And so I got back to it, created the rest of the cards, and the name just came into my head, Renowned. And then again, like I really had to find myself. I literally had to find my crown and put it back on my head.
That's awesome.
Because I went through so many things. So everything just literally came together. And then I created the game. And this is the prototype. The design is going to be different, but this is the prototype.
Nice. Can we try? Can we play around or?
Oh yes, let's do it. So I'll explain it as I'm doing it. So Renowned is spelled R-E-N-O-U-N-E-D. It's a game of people, places, and things. So there are three categories. We got people, we got places and things. So what you want to do is earn the most crowns by the end of the game. Okay. All right. And so crowns just equal points. So 1 crown equals 1 point. All right, so we got people, places, and things, and so anybody can go.
So I just pick anyone?
No, you're gonna roll the dice. And so we'll have a digital timer with the game, but for right now we'll do this. So roll the dice.
People.
All right, you got people. So you're gonna select that card, and then you're gonna read it out loud for everyone to hear.
Name blank notable people from your current location within 15 seconds.
Right, so if you name 2 people, you get 1 crown. 4 people, you get 2 crowns. 6 people, you get 3 crowns, and you have 15 seconds to do so.
So is that like people in the room right now?
Notable people from your location can be in the room. It could be the city of Des Moines. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
So ready, set, go.
Rob Johnson.
Period.
Dewana Bradley. So that's 2. So I would have 1 crown. Within 15 seconds.
15 seconds, yeah.
Sorry. I don't know.
You got 1 crown.
Thank you. So I see the concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That's
so
cool.
Your turn. I want you to go. Go ahead. Do we have time?
Okay.
We might have 1 minute.
Okay. Go ahead.
Time for you to go, Rob. Enough time for you to go.
People.
You got people.
Oh, shoot, my bad.
Yeah, the same one. Hold on. Let's see here. It says, name reasons why toddlers get upset in 45 seconds.
This is
You got 8, 10, or 12?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ready, 12. Let's ready, set, go.
food, gas, stomach, headache, pain, tooth, don't want their hair touched, don't want to take a bath, don't want to take a nap, want to be picked up, want your attention, want to climb on the door, want to break your TV, want to unplug your TV, want to take out your your animals, want to beat the animal up.
That card was made for you.
Man,
That's great.
So that's for now.
This is like a great game that you can play at like the family reunion or birthday party. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Tell our viewers where they can reach out to you if they want to
Absolutely.
purchase the game or when it's going to be released or for your other business.
Absolutely. So for Own Your Check, I gave you the link, so the link will be in the video for you to sign up for my email list. And so we have bi-weekly newsletters, so where you'll be able to get all information about what's coming up soon. I'm actually opening up my calendar again so that people can schedule one-on-ones because I haven't done that in a while. So I'm doing that, and the only people who are signed up for the email list will be able to know when that is. So you really want to click on there and sign up for that. And then for Renowns, I also have the email list where they can go and look. So we're going to be having pop-ups in different areas, working with the Dealt Hand. They're like a gaming, group here in Des Moines, and so we're going to have pop-ups to play the game. And also here, this is a gift for you. You get to have this crown. And where we have the pop-ups or people who win, they'll actually get a physical crown. And then when we ramp up production for our first batch, you'll be able to show your crown and get a free game.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know. That's waiting for Don't wait. Well, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you for coming on.
Yes.
I'm excited about hopefully you open up your calendar soon so we can work together on Your Check and looking forward to your game to come out.
Yes.
You
Thank
think
you for having
it will
me.
be this year?
This year, maybe if it's not end of this year, then the beginning of next. But very soon, very soon.
Awesome. Well, we will take a break with the Urban Impact Show, and we will back with our next guest.
Hi, I'm Abby.
And I'm Gabby.
And we're the Abagab
Twins. Yep, that's right.
Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. Let me tell y'all, we got the Abagab Twins in the building, and I'm super excited. They are also joined by their wonderful, lovely mother, Miss Regina Turner. Woohoo! Real quick, before we get to the twins, we got to brag about the mom. She has She has done a fantastic job. She has a son that's a Hawkeye. That one of the very few to receive a D1 scholarship out of the inner city schools in Des Moines. Her other daughter is doing her thing in animation and making it happen with film, and nominated for an Emmy and doing their thing.
She just won her Emmy Award last night.
Oh,
so I'm very excited.
other daughter just Emmy Award winning daughter, and then of course she has another son doing this thing, and then of course we have the Abba-Gab twins, the future CEOs doing their thing right here in Des Moines. It is my honor and pleasure to have them. What's up, twins?
Nothing.
Man. So tell us how you all got started with this business. Give me a little bit of a rundown on what happened and why you guys want to keep doing this.
We had a sleepover with our cousin a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And we were wearing a mask, a unicorn confetti mask. And Reagan said she wanted one, but there was no more sizes.
Yeah.
So we decided to make our business and make sizes for everybody.
Hey.
So everybody can have sizes and they can match.
Hey. So what keeps you going? What makes this thing keeps on rolling for you?
Well, it's because if I quit, a lot of girls are gonna think like they can't really do anything, and it's not just that, but it just like I feel like I'm gonna let a lot of people down. And I feel like I just think of all the people that I would disappoint, all the people that are proud of me and stuff. So I just think of that, and it makes me keep on going.
Wow. You probably just motivated some adult right now who had thought about giving up, and they probably needed something, a little bit of motivation outside of them to say, you know what, let's do it. Let's do it for the culture. Let's keep going for the team, right? Let's make it happen. So y'all have had some great success in the past few weeks. You've been on TV. You've done multiple interviews. Tell me how are you all feeling right now?
I'm feeling really good.
You're feeling really good. Are you guys making some sales?
Yes.
Is it a lot of work?
Yes.
So tell me about this work. You all hand make all of your stuff, and so tell us, you got scrunchies and skirts, so give us the rundown of the business.
We sell merchandise for girls. We sell skirts,
Bonnets, masks, and scrunchies. And our scrunchie of the week is our pony pedal scrunchies.
Okay.
And our Blackpink scrunchies.
Okay. Look, rocking it right there. So where do they go to get the material?
they go to abagabtwins.com.
Say that slowly one more time.
abagabtwins.com.
ABBAGABB twins with the Z.
.com. Look at first of all, I just gotta know. Was this rehearsed? I just gotta know. Was this rehearsed? Some of it. Mom, how does it make you feel? Doing your thing. It's rough out here for single parents, trying to make it flow, trying to make it happen. How does it make you feel? Your baby twins are making it happen.
I'm excited. First and foremost, I give all the honor and glory to God because without him, none of this would be possible. I'm very excited. I feel even more encouraged now more than ever because like you said, I am a single mother and I have 5 children and it is not easy at all. My first son, he graduated college. My second son, like you mentioned before, he's the running back for the Hawkeyes. My daughter is in stop motion animation. She's in film. She just won an Emmy and I have my 10-year-old girls, they're CEOs. I started very, very young. All odds were against me. No one thought I would make it. Everyone thought I would fail. And I'm just here to let everyone know it doesn't matter how old you are, how many children you have, what the statistics say, what type of stereotype you fall under, you can make it no matter what. And as long as you put God first, I can guarantee you, I'm a witness, Keep God first in your life and just watch how he turns out for you. Watch how he turns out and up and all around for you. I can guarantee you that, because statistically, I had all odds against me. I'm divorced. I'm at home by myself with my children, but I pour into my kids like no other. I love them. I love them more than anything. And I feel like a lot of parents right now, they're not parents anymore. They're lacking. Where are the parents? The parenting it's fleeting. Like, it's non-existent at this point. So I'm just very excited to just be here to be able to inform you guys about my children, because it shows that regardless of what I've been through, I beat all odds by pouring love into my children and by showering them with the love of God and having them know who God is. And that's why I believe ultimately they became who they are today. So, yeah. I gave you too much. I didn't mean to say all that. I'm just so excited. Thank you.
First of all, don't ever apologize for the passion of coming out about your children.
Yeah.
And giving God the glory and the honor for what he has done in your life. For a lot of parents out there who may be having a rough time, because let's be honest, being a parent is tough. Being a parent is tough. It comes with some little ones that you are responsible for, that you love dearly, but sometimes, boy, you be ready. You be ready to like, wait, what? You know.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, and I haven't even gotten into parenting yet. I'm parenting a toddler, but I realized he understood me when he turned around and swung on me the other day.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So yeah, I said, "What is this?" Yeah, no more daycare for you. But so tell us a little bit about when people go to the website. What is some of the first things that they see, and then how long is the turnaround for them to be able to get the order that they may have just sent in? Because what we're hoping for is that those of you watching will go and visit their website today. As a matter of fact, we want so much traffic on their website that it breaks it down, because we want you ordering these things from these young CEOs. If you have a women's conference or a young girls conference coming up, think and consider getting a contract with these young CEOs, and definitely bring them to the table. As you can see, they're young but professional. They are making it happen. I'm super proud of them. I'm a huge fan. I can't wear a scrunchie or I would throw it in.
As a pom-pom.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting on the pom-pom either. But I appreciate that, though.
Definitely.
So tell us, what can they expect?
All right. Well, when you go to the website, like the girls mentioned, it's abbagabtwins.com, ABBAGABB twins with a Z.com. The first thing you are going to see is a huge sign saying the Abbagab Experience, and that's exactly what you're going to get as soon as you go to that website. You're going to be they're going to showcase their favorite picks. Abby and Gabby have a lot of favorite picks, as shown here. The pony petals. They also have the black pink. They also have one of the furry. There's one of my favorites, one of the furry scrunchies. But let's just keep this short. We're going to have favorite picks when you initially go on there. Another special part of the website, we have a black and yellow collection. All proceeds, 10% of the proceeds from that black and yellow collection will be donated to the Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Because like we mentioned before, my son, their brother, is the running back of the Hawkeyes, and the greatest gift is charity. So we want to let people know that we are definitely a part of that, and we want to give as much as we would like. So 10% of the proceeds from that black and yellow collection will be donated, again, to the Iowa Stead Family Hospital. Please go and check that out, guys. You're going to love it. You can also get in tune with my son if you have any questions. And if you have any questions for us, everything is there on the website that you need to know as far as getting in touch with us, and all of our meet and greet dates and times are there. So hopefully we will see you soon, and thank you very much, guys, for being able to look at the website.
Final word, twins. What would you like to say to the people?
Thank you for watching the Urban Impact Show, and thank you for supporting us.
And I want you, this is a little tip, just keep your head up, and whatever happens, if you feel alone, just go run to somebody and say something, because if you don't say anything, nothing's going to work, so keep that in touch.
You heard it here. You're watching the Urban Impact Show, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Urban Impact Show. I'm your boy, Rob Johnson.
I'm Brittany Janelle.
Dewana Bradley or Tamron.
I'm telling you, got it. Boy, did y'all see that first interview that she did? She was over here so poised. I was waiting on her to hit our Oprah cross leg. I was waiting on the leg.
Oh my God.
Y'all, the only thing that stopped the leg from crossing, I ain't there yet. I got a little bit of weight to lose, so I couldn't quite cross that leg yet. But you know, I'm almost there. Okay.
Y'all don't know
when I cross that leg, y'all gonna be like, oh.
Move the table for my sake.
No, I'm telling you, y'all, this is my calling. I don't think you realize what you did the day that you ushered me to come into this, because it's my calling. Yeah.
For an entire month. With absolutely no issues, no problems, no anything, because there is a solid leader here. And it just makes me super, super grateful every single time for the growth of what you've done and how you've pushed this team to be better than what we were. Because let me tell you, it was a struggle. I was trying my best, but I'm super excited. You and I at the helm of this thing has been such a lovely, lovely experience. And honestly, it's hard for us to get away from each other because we're stuck together in so many different spaces.
You've made that perfectly clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people think we're dating.
I know.
It's kind of funny.
We're really not.
Yeah. I'm like, no, y'all, what y'all doing? But
it's nice to have a good friend. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
That, you don't.
And we can talk about anything.
Yeah.
Even when it's tough.
When it's very tough.
Yeah,
we can make it work.
Those tough conversations.
Yes, we have.
We've had to come back and talk to each other and really get to the bottom of something. And it's amazing when you have somebody that that level, you don't get there with everybody. No. You don't.
And I got family I don't talk to right now. Like, I'm just saying. So
and with that,
love you though, but we don't talk. It's okay, but keep it going. We can have that's another discussion.
Final thoughts, Brittany.
I think today was I really enjoyed our guests that we had on today. I think that the little girls, that is just so amazing to see them start this young and grow in their business, being their own CEOs. And yeah, it was a great.
I want that game from your guests too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I do want that game. And I just really want to give a shout out to Ms. Regina. Being a single parent myself, that's very inspirational. 5 was not in the cards for me, or God, thank God you didn't think 5 was in the cards for me. It wasn't. 2 was enough. Love my babies, but no more than 2. And they're almost, I got one one's out the door and the other one's got a foot out the door.
You're almost free.
Oh, freedom. Thank you, Jesus. So I just watching the passion behind her kids and telling that story and seeing the emotion, seeing her emotion, I think was one thing that I was just really that's amazing. So I just want to give a shout out to her and her daughters and her son and the other daughter with the Emmy. Those are the kinds of stories that we want people to know about here on this show. This is why the work that we do matters. And I keep telling people all the time, I don't care if one person watches or a million people watch this show. This is why we do what we do. So it's been great, and welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. I popped back up like Mace did. Thank y'all for watching Urban Impact Show. I am looking forward to next week where we will have some more amazing guests for you. I think this is really
we got a break next week.
Oh, because it's Easter.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. There might be a little something coming next week for y'all still, but we'll talk about that. You might see something. Either way it goes, you're going to see something from us next week. We want to give a shout out to Jamal. We miss you. We hope you're feeling better soon.
Yes.
Get well soon.
Yeah.
Yes, we in this thing.
Have a good week.
Hey, take care, everybody. Have a good week.